Hi guys, welcome to Shiva's Perseverance Software Training Institute. Alright, so in this particular video, we'll focus on Azure Load Balancer. We should firstly understand load balancer, right? So by the name implies, load balancer is all about, balancing the load. But between what? Between the infrastructure, right? I mean, the missions available in the infrastructure or whatever it may be, right? So where the applications are hosted. So there we will be balancing the load. All right. So instead of going through this particular text, right? So let me show this via image firstly. So the external traffic comes, for example, we have something called as shivasaiperseverance.com where the students reach or anybody reach or the internet, right? When they request something, so consider our application is hosted in all these three missions. The same application is hosted in all these three missions. So virtual mission 1, 2, and 3, right? All right. So now, based on the user's, request, the connection should be balanced across different missions. So therefore, we need a component which handles that, and that is nothing but load balancer. And all right, so Azure load balancer here it is L4 load balancer. Meaning of that is it is actually we have something like OSI, Open Systems Interconnect. So this helps us to enable the communication between different devices or network. I mean that is the flow of you know flow of connections over the network, right? So we need to cross those 7 layers, right? So wherein layer 4, this particular balancer will be available on layer 4. Okay, and I just want to highlight about this is, so this is usually called as network load balancer or L4 load balancer because of layer 4. So on Azure, it is now called as, as they have automated the process of deploying load balancer L4. So they have given something like Azure load balancer. All right. So now, this we're gonna see, we're gonna implement how this works. So what I'll be doing is, let me show that I'll be taking two virtual machines. Okay. So VM01 and VM02. I have already created those two. They are available. So this is our first task in implementing this. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'll install Nginx, which is web server. So Nginx. So for our testing, right? So on VM01, I'll tell maybe something like app1, and on VM02, I'll tell something like app2. Meaning of that is I'll make configurations on this VM1's Nginx web server to serve application 1 page and VM2's Nginx web server to serve application 2 page, right? So that we can get to know that the load balancer is balancing the load between these two machines. All right, so this we should do. So I have already VM01 and 2 in place, but I need to install Nginx and configure this, right, on both the machines. So this is step 1. And step 2, what we're going to do is, like, if you see this image, so we have VMs created, and once we install Nginx in 2 VMs, right, so we'll take VM01 and VM02, and all right, so here we have app1, here we have app2, so we'll place a load balancer here like this, right, so that the connection comes to the load balancer, and we'll get to know if the connection goes to app on VM1, right, so it will showcases us something like app1, and if it goes to app on VM2, it showcases something like app2, right? So for that reason, we are actually configuring different things here, so that we are actually getting to know that on which VM the load is being balanced, and whether the load is being balanced, we'll get to know. So usually what happens on all the required missions, there will be only one app, right? So that users can connect to that app. So for just for testing sake, we are doing this, all right? So two different missions, app 1 and app 2. So we'll get to know, okay, if we are able to see app 1 on the page, we'll get to know that it is routed to VM1, and if we are able to see app 2 on the page, we'll get to know that it is VM2, all right? Perfect. So this is one, and next we'll deploy load balancer, which is L4. So we should call L4 load balancer. Okay, let's go there and go to the Azure portal. So which is available here. Go to virtual machines. So we have two virtual machines already available, which are active and up and running. But we need to install Nginx, right? So let me log into the server. I'm going this way. So CA console and the help. Here I'll be installing Nginx, and I'll be, configuring our app 1 as per the discussion. Hope everybody is clear. Why we have configuring two different apps is just we need to get to know that whether the LB is routing the traffic to different VMs equally, so that we'll get to know based on the output, right? So yeah. All right, see, I'm already in the mission. Okay, that's cool. Let me install. So sudo apt install nginx-y. So sudo apt is a package manager. Install to install nginx software -y is we are providing the acceptance here itself. Just give enter. So this will set up nginx. All right. So once this is done, we need to. So just go to cd where www and html, enter. So if you give ls, there will be a file called as index. So this is a welcome page. Okay, so what we'll do is, well, let's edit this page. So give sudo vm vi index. So let's edit this with, so maybe, yeah, let's remove everything. Yeah, you can do this, right? Yeah, we can do this. So just understand what I'm doing is, so let me empty the file. How we can empty? Yeah. See, the thing is, here this will be defaultly served by Nginx now under this where www HTML path. So I'm just editing that. Okay, but we should ensure we are editing with sudo. You can remove the content completely in the file, or you can edit something. Okay. So maybe just give, so give h1. Okay, welcome to, okay, welcome to app 1, and then close h1. We're done. So just save it. Perfect. So let's do the same thing on VM02. Okay. All right. So here, go to serial console again. So it usually asks you for username and password. So I have already logged in before to this particular VM with the username and password. That is where it is directly taking me to the console. Yeah. All right. Perfect. I'm there. So sudo apt install nginx-y. So we are installing nginx. So here you are able to see we're setting up nginx. All right. So clear. Go to var in the required path, give ls. So sudo vi index this one. Just go to, yeah. It's h1. So yeah, welcome to app 2. I hope you guys are getting why I'm doing this, right? All right. Okay. And we are done. So firstly, what we need to do is go to network settings. We need to allow the port 80 because under the inbound rules, because Nginx is available on this particular VM02 and VM01 where Nginx default port is 80. So what we're gonna do is create port rule, inbound port rule. Just just change this port. This is fine. The rest all is fine. The action should be definitely allowed. Okay. Okay. Add. All right. Let's. Okay. It deployed. So go to VM01 now. Here, go to again network settings and create an inbound port rule because we need to allow users to connect to this particular um, Nginx web server serving app on port 80. So we need to allow it. So allow. So action is allow. So it will be done. Yeah, it's done. So now we are done with this one, this step. So we should be executing this now. All right, so let's do one thing now. So go to load balancers. So just ensure that both these machines are available on the same network. Just ensure that that is definitely required. Okay, so just ensure it. So go to load balancers. All right, create load balancer. So select a group. So I'm selecting SSP. All right, so this is just name of the load balancer. I'm giving L4 LB, something like that. So give some sensible name. So I'm just giving just like that. All right, so let me select something. Okay. Okay, here's US2. Select standard. This is for NVA, network virtual appliances like route forwarding the traffic to the router, etc. For that, we need a gateway. But here we are forwarding the traffic to backend resources like, resources are nothing but this one. So meaning of that is, so we have all these missions here, right? So we call this as backend pool in the context of LB, load balancer. Okay, perfect. So yeah, all right. So select public and regional, click on next. We need a front-end IP, right? So what is the front-end IP? Let me show here. So the IP front-end in the sense user connect to the LB. So LB should be assigned with an IP. So that is called as front-end IP. So this is the single point of contact now to talk to these applications. So ideally, these does not even require a public IP, right? So it's fine that LB needs a public IP and we just require private IPs for these virtual machines which are in the backend pool. Okay. So pool, what is a pool? Pool is nothing but a couple of, one or more, missions in queue to serve the traffic. That's it. So that is pool. Okay, fine. So add in front-end IP configuration. So I'm selecting L4 IP, something like that. So this is okay. This is okay. Select the IP. So I have IP already. If not, you can create one. So I have a free IP. I'm selecting this and just click on save. So we are done with the IP. Next, we need to select the backend pool. So here we have assigned the IP to the LB, right? But we should tell if the people reach us using that IP to this LB, where I need to forward the traffic. So that is nothing but our backend pool now, right? So let's add a backend pool. So name that with something. So B backend pool 1, something like that. So select the virtual network in which your VMs are available. So both my missions VM01 and VM02 are available on this virtual network. Select it, okay, and click on add. So you would be able to see those two missions, VM01 and 2. So select both, click on add, select save. We're done with configuring backend pool. Next, just click on next and next, all good. Just click on review plus create. So it should showcase that the validation is successful. So once the validation is successfully passed, so click on create. So now we are being progressed here. So once this is done, you can actually test our LB, which will be balancing the load between different machines in the backend pool. All right. So one time it should definitely showcase app 2, welcome to app 2. The other time it should showcase welcome to app 1, something like that, right? So let's see if this works now. Okay. So this is in progress still. So then and there, once it is done, that's yeah, this is done. Go to load balancers. See here, this one is L4. This is L7 actually. So L4, LB. So this is the one we have created. Go to front-end IP configuration. Select the IP what we have. Go to the browser. Give the IP. So actually it runs on 80, right? So see, there are two things. Okay. Now this is routing somewhere, correct? See, the thing is here, the most important thing is go to load balancing rules. Yeah, load balancing rules is that, and we have something like health probes, everything is such. I'll tell about it. I'll talk about it. See, how come this is coming? See, it's actually, it's a cache. Right, this was one of the tests. It's not the exact one, so it's not the result. So if you go to private and open it, it will not open. See, there are much more to open. Okay, it will not open. Yeah, perfect. Because there was a test happened with the same IP before sometime, so it is showing the cache, the temporary memory, which is already stored with the data before. So we need to add. So we are done with front-end IP and backend pools. Health probe. So what is a probe? So health probes are nothing but, consider if one of the VM is not healthy. So the load balancer should not consider passing the traffic to that VM, right? So load balancer, okay, one second. Yeah. Load balancer should be configured with required health probe so that it checks with a time of interval. It checks the VM whether this is responding good or not. Once it is healthy only, it will forward the traffic to the VMs. If it is not healthy, it will not forward the traffic. Okay. For that reason, we need the health probe. So just add. So on which port? So it is the application port. On 80 app is available, right? So just probe 1, something like that, anything. So it would be TCP, that's okay. Port. So our app is available on 80 on the VMs inside the backend pool, right? So it is 80 only, that's fine. This is the interval second, intervals between which the probe will be executed. Meaning of that is for every 5 seconds, you can change it every 5 seconds. The health probe, the probe configured within the LB will go to this, check it whether this is healthy or not, and report back the status to the LB. It happens like that. So click on save. All right, so we are good here. So now the most important thing is there should be 2 ports. So we now need to tell on which port users will be reaching LB and on which port LB should forward the traffic. On which port app is available on the required missions and LB should forward the traffic. So this port is called as simply port and this port is called as backend port in the context of LB. So let's look into that. Go to load balancing rules, click on add. We're adding a rule for traffic forwarding. So maybe LB rule 01, anything as such. So this is our IP. So backend pool is this one, right? Yeah. This TCP port is port at the LB level, this one. So that is 80 only. And this is at the VM level running inside the backend pool. Meaning of that is on which port our app is available. So we need to give that so that the traffic is forwarded to that port on that particular VM. So health probe, we need to select this. the rest all is fine. Click save. So we should be good now. So we are good now. So we are good to test it. Okay. So I don't see anything else to be. So go to front end IP, select the IP. Okay. Just click here. Go to private window. Now see. Just give :80. Okay. It is actually default, so it's not even required. But just give it. So if it forwards the traffic, yeah, perfect. See, welcome to app 2. This is what we configured, right? So let's refresh. Refresh. Maybe so this might be because of again cache. So just copy this somewhere, go to any other browser and give here. Let's see the connection. See, it is taking to app 1. Here it is taking to app 2. Here it is taking to app 1. So the load is being shared. Maybe I'll open another browser and here let's see again, it is again taking to app 1 only. So let's go to another browser. Here let's see, it's taking to app 1 only. Now here let's go to private, give this, it is taking to app 1 only. Okay, that's it. So this is how the load will be shared across different missions here. So yeah, let me close all this. Okay, so this is how. So this is L for implementation. Okay, so let's also test here. See, it is going again to app 2. Yeah, perfect. So all right, thank you so much. I'll be also I mean, myself or our team will be sharing L7 implementation as well, so go through that. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye. You can post the queries if anything. Thank you.